So I have a new mic here. It's the Blue Snowball Ice. Not sure if it's going to work, but I'm going to test it out here. So yeah, welcome back to episode 2 of the series, where I talk about stuff I wanted to talk about in a video with Mika, but she wouldn't let me because it goes against her opinions, and now we have a rap battle about it. So first of all, go check out my video about why Captain America New World Order is so exciting. Check out my diss track for people who think Bucky should be Captain America, and watch my video about what we're going to talk about today when I make a song about that. That'll be out on the 28th. Infinity War and Endgame, the finale to the Infinity Saga. Some of people's favorite. Me and my sister, we don't feel so great about one of them. Now, I really don't like Endgame. There are a lot of parts that irritate me, and as a closing piece, it's not the best. My sister thinks Infinity War isn't that good for whatever reason. If she wants to talk, she can make her own video. But in this video, I'm going to try to tell you why I don't think Endgame was very good and why Infinity War is. First of all, the pacing. Endgame is a 3-hour movie. I know that was shocking for me, for my parents, when I got tickets to go see it with my friend. I thought, oh, 3 hours is going to be great. But once you leave the theater and all that hype behind and just watch it at your house, it can feel very slow. For me, when they cut off Thanos' head, basically up until the part where they go do the time heist, everything just slows down to a halt. I will just say, when all the Avengers get to the Avengers campus, that middle time just slows down a bunch. And I'm not sure why. I mean, it's just introducing a bunch of characters, which they wouldn't need to reintroduce if it wasn't for the time jump of 5 years. That 5 years made us need to introduce to what's happening to all the Avengers, how Tony as a child, explain why Hulk is Smart Hulk, and the only thing it has is Tony's daughter, which, yes, I'm fine with that, but then also Smart Hulk, which is one of my least favorite parts of the MCU, and is one of the reasons I'm very scared about She-Hulk. There's a lot of parts of She-Hulk I'm excited for. Again, in that video, I might have talked about it for 30 seconds, but Smart Hulk is a big no-no. I don't like it at all. It's not funny, and it's not good. Now, once the time heist happens, we have some good scenes in there, like the one on Vormir, but you also just have these things that don't really need to happen, and again, slow it down. Like the fact that Loki gets the Cosmic Cube, or Tesseract, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's like, oh no, I guess it's like, yeah, things aren't working out perfectly, but you have that with Matt dying, or with Nebula. You didn't need to have it here. Yes, it starts Loki show, but that could have happened somewhere else. Now it adds like an extra 20 minutes where Tony goes to meet his dad, he's already kind of come to terms with more after Iron Man 2 and that whole video documentary that he made. So it just doesn't add anything, and yeah, that's where we get our Stan Lee cameo, and where but no, it doesn't add that much. And again, it slows down the time. Another big part is that Thanos is boring in this one. You know, since they killed him in the first 10 minutes, that means that the Thanos we see in the rest of the movie, it's from 2014. He loses, like, what, 6-7 years of development because he doesn't have all those years to develop more, get more relationships with his daughters and other people, and just, he needs to learn this all through a flashback, so he's a much more cold-hearted person who's, at this point, it doesn't feel like he does what has to be done, but it's like, he's more arrogant, and it doesn't come out as much as a place of love and trying to do the right thing. He just feels more evil for the sake of being evil here. Which, I mean, that leads to him, yeah, I'm going to destroy the universe. Another boring villain who wants to rule, take over, destroy everything. Which just makes it a lot more boring. just destroying half the people is much more interesting stakes because people will survive and there's good that will come of it, but I mean, losing half your friends, half your family, that's also not good, and that's one of the biggest stakes you can have without it just being, oh, I'm dumb and I'm going to destroy the world. So this Thanos is boring. And also, I'm not the first person to talk about it, but you'll never believe, but time travel doesn't really make sense. I could make a whole video talking about the time travel, and I'm definitely going to do it about the multiverse, but, it doesn't make sense here. And, I mean, they're introducing this big concept, which, I mean, time travel in universes, I normally don't like it. And here it's just boring and, yeah, you try to explain it when they're literally contradicting themselves in the movie. Now, in Infinity War, there was a big subversion of expectations. How many people honestly thought that everyone was going to die in it or Thanos was going to win? It subverted your expectations big, and it wasn't like in a bad way, J.J. Johnson type of way. It was a good subversion of expectations, and it left people shocked leaving the theater, wondering what's going to happen next. That added a lot to the movie. In addition, I'd say it had more main characters to deal with. Now in Endgame, you have the whole portal scene, but those are more cameos to me than actual characters. You see Spider-Man, but he's not a character in the movie. But in Infinity War, you have the Guardians, you have the Thor crew, you have Iron Man team, you have the ones on Titan, and then you have the Wakandans. You have all these different groups who do play big parts in the movie. They're all something trying to stop Thanos, and they're not united. This, it has a lot more characters to deal with, but it feels like it does them all justice. I'm not completely sure about Fat Thor, how I feel about him, if it's the best way it can be handled. And I feel like I'm definitely going to need to see Thor Love and Thunder to make a final decision. But I do know, like, the Hulk, that wasn't that great. A lot of the sacrifices are fine. I think Ronan, it's a bit far out, but it leads to a good story in Hawkeye. But Infinity War, it uses the characters much better, in my opinion. I think that's it for everything, and why I really think that Infinity War is the better movie. It's better paced, it has better acts, it has a very interesting villain, it makes sense, it has great subversion of your expectations, and it deals with the characters much better. But what do you think about Infinity War and Endgame? Are they both great to you? Do you like one more than the other? Do you agree with me? Whatever it is, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you all for watching, and until the next one, I am Fictional Fanatics, and bye!